First off, I want to thank all my viewers from my previous 2 dash videos. The first one is up to over 560,000 views. So thank you guys for that. It looks like you guys really liked it, so it was helpful. You know, that's what the comments are saying anyways. So hopefully this one will be helpful too. This one's going to be on the Jeep. The previous one was for Mustang. But let's get over here. So for this dash install, you really only need 2 things, the LEDs and a screwdriver, a Phillips head. For the Jeep, it's actually quite simplified compared to the Mustang. The Mustang had 2 bulb sizes, the T5 and the T10 for the gauges. With the Jeep, there's actually only one size, the T5. And for this one, I've decided to go with the green lights, the green LEDs for the gauges, and then everything else, just a white LED. You know, just kind of upgrade it. All right, so to start out on the Jeep, you got 2 screws you need to take out. They're Phillips head screws. You got one there, and we got one there. There's my LED light bar that I installed on my other channel if you want to check that out. So yeah, basically you're just gonna undo these, and then you're just gonna undo this screw. Once you got these 2 screws off, you're just gonna pop the panel off. So you gotta be a little careful because the wiring for the light switch, but this should just pop right off like that. And so you got that loose. This doesn't actually need to come all the way off. I hope I'm not gonna pull those wires out. But as you can see, there's 1 screw there, 1 screw there, and then up top here, you're gonna have to pop this panel off, and there's gonna be another 2 screws there. Okay, so to pop this top panel off, you may want a flathead screwdriver, but you're just gonna go in here, lightly pop it. There's pins in here, or clips, and it should pop off. Let's go to the other side. All right, now on the other side, again, you're gonna just pop it up. All right, actually, just so you can see what the clips look like, this is how they look. And you got another one in there. All right, let's get back to the other side. There we go. So it's popped off now. You can now remove this, and you may want to clean it out. It's gonna be pretty dusty. Just gonna set that down right there. So with the panel off, let's go around to the front here, and you can see there is 1 screw right there, 1 screw right there, and 1 right there. So there's 3 screws that you're gonna wanna remove. Now they are angled towards the windshield. This one will work better. You can actually get in here. So if you wanna use just 1 screwdriver, you could just use a really small one compared to, you know, multiple tools and all that. So with those screws out, we can now go down here and remove these 2, that one, and of course that one in there. And then this faceplate will pop off. Also, now I got the 2 bolts removed, and now let's just pull this off. There we go, we can set that down. And now we got 1 bolt, 2 bolts, or screw, whatever, 3 and 4. So we're gonna go remove that now. I got the bolts removed now. I did want to do it before and after, but it's too light outside, so I can't really show you what the dash looks like, you know, with the normal lights. But if you drive one, and that's probably why you're watching this video, you know what it looks like. So let's pop this off. There we go. And now you just pull it right out. And that's it. There's no wiring like in the Mustang. As you can see, there's just those 2 plugs. It looks like they got the grease on there. I will use some diamond lube after, but okay. Got the dash on the hood, so we got this LED here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now they're all T5s, except these are the main gauge lights. These ones are for like your warning lights and whatnot. Turn signals up here. Bright lights, I guess. Your high beams. We are gonna remove all of them and replace them with LEDs, except for these, they're gonna be the green LEDs. So let's just pop this out here. So actually with these, there we go. Got it right there. That is an interesting light. Did not know that's what it was gonna look like. It's got some kind of rubber silicone cover over it, it seems. I'm gonna pull the light out. It will let me. There we go. I'm just gonna set the light bulb right there. And now we can put the LED in here. We are gonna need to test it to make sure it's going in the right way. If it doesn't light up, you just gotta turn it 180 degrees and then it should work. We're gonna be using the green LEDs for this one, of course, so we're gonna go test it right now, make sure it lights up. All right, let's open up these LEDs, get one out. Oh, and everything, again, will be in the description of the video. All right, so basically, you're just gonna put it in like this. Hopefully the camera is good. I'm using my GoPro. On the previous video, I used my Canon. but that should be good there. Let's see, can you see it? It's a little hard to tell on the GoPro, but we'll see how it works. Let's go test it. In this video, I'm going to be using a battery charger just to check it. In the last one, I used some little clip wires hooked up to the battery. Basically, same thing, just to run power to it. There we go. With LEDs, the negative and positive polarities do matter. So I've aligned it so that the positive is where this dot is. So basically, you can read Stanley, not upside down. So positive is where the dot is. So let's zoom out. And it lights up. So let's go install it and see how it works. Just to make sure you understand how this actually works, a normal light bulb, either polarity will make it light up. So there we go, and we'll reverse it, and it lights up either way. Now with an LED, the polarity only goes one way. Okay, and reverse it, does not light up. So it has to go one way, it won't go the other. So you're gonna wanna line up the little clip there, and it's gonna go right in like that. It's a little hard to get the camera in there too, and just twist it, and that should be good. I'm gonna go install all the other ones, and then we'll test it to see if they don't light up. We'll just have to take them out and just flip them 180 degrees, and then it should work. And there's the last one. I've got them all facing Stanley, so you can read it, it's not upside down. So all the positives basically are to the right. And let's go plug it in and see if it lights up. All right, I wiped it down with a few paper towels, so I'm just gonna place it back in here. It's a little hard because I got the GoPro in one hand, so let's just set this down there, and it should just line up like that, and that's about it. It doesn't really pop into position, it just kind of sets right in there. Let's turn it on and see. All right, let's turn the key on. There's that. I still need to do the other ones. Let's turn it on. It doesn't look like it. I may need to reverse the polarity. Yeah, so anyways, we're gonna have to take it out and just, like I said, swap them 180 degrees. So basically what you need to do, just go in here, pop it out. All right, so flip it upside down basically, and pop it in, lock it in, there we go. So that is now Stanley is upside down. The positive is to the left. And I'm gonna do that for all of them. All right, so what I'm gonna do is with the turn signal lights, I am actually gonna use the green LEDs, and then everything else like the seatbelt light and stuff, I'm gonna use a white LED. I'm just gonna start with these two turn signal lights because they're the only other ones that are green, and then I'm gonna take everything else out at one time and swap them out with the white LEDs. But let's go do these ones. So basically with these, just gonna same thing. Let's see, yep, there we go. Now these ones are the same housing as in the Mustang, but all right, so let's go check this out. All right, so I got it all lined up. The polarities are correct. So with this one, I lined the polarity up with, there is a P and then a number. I lined the positive with the P, you know, P for positive. So we are going to put this in. Really, I'm not sure which way it's gonna go for positive, so we're just gonna have to test it out. So for the two turn signals, this one and this one, we got the P on the left side. So let's go plug it in, see if it turns on. All right, she is in, let's see. Oh, that looks great. Now that looks good. For some reason, it's not looking too good for these. Let's turn that on. It's really dim for some reason. I'm changing the knob, the dimmer switch, but it's not doing anything. You know, just this switch right here. It doesn't seem to really be doing anything. So we're gonna have to see what it looks like at nighttime. I got all the LEDs in the right positions now. Basically, I swapped a few of the spots because I didn't need a few of them, and then there are a few basically leftover ones because I only had 10 LEDs, which there are a few extra. So anyways, let's go plug her in and see how they look. Let's turn the key on. Oh, those look really good actually. Turn signals, there we go. We'll turn the lights on. And let's four-wheel drive. Let's start her up. Okay, there, those lights do work. Those they look a little pink, I guess, because they're brighter white than what they were before with the halogen. But let's activate four-wheel drive. Now there is supposed to be a four-wheel drive thing there. I do not see those working. Let's try the bright lights. That works really good. That looks good. that looks good. All right, so we're gonna have to wait till it gets dark out. I'm gonna have to put this back together. All right, it looks like the sun is coming back out. It was just cloudy, but I'm gonna have to wait till it gets dark out. I am gonna put the dash back together now. I'll show you that in a second. But once it gets dark out, we'll see how the gauges look. And now to reinstall it all, you're just gonna grab your screws, make sure you get the right ones. You don't really wanna mix them up, but I'm just gonna put them back in here. Remember, you got 4 here, 1 there, 2, 3, and 4. The next piece is this one. Again, it's gonna pop up right here, so let's get that on like that, just over, and that looks good. And then we're gonna get the screws down. Remember, there's 1, 2, and 3 screws there, and then 1 and 2 on the bottom. And if you're wondering what it actually looks like when you're trying to put these screws back in, it's basically like this. Then you're just gonna screw it in here like that. And like that. First person point of view. After you got the 3 bolts on the top and the 2 screws on the bottom in, you're gonna go back to this piece and you're just gonna basically pop it back over like that and line up the tabs, and it should just push down like that. And let's go to the other side and push it down like that, and that looks good. Now that that's all done, just the last one to do is this. Push that back over there and line that up. That's an extra switch. Basically, the guy that owned it before me did that for some auxiliary lights. And now we're just gonna get the last 2 screws in here. All right, that should be everything. It's good. Now, again, we're gonna have to wait till it gets dark out. All right, guys, so it's a few hours later since the last clip. It's getting a little darker out, and I was checking the LEDs on the dash, and it's not looking like it's too good. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like now. Let's turn her on. So, I mean, that looks pretty good overall. Let's get in closer. I'm gonna show you the turn signals. Like, that looks really bright, so that's good. Okay, let's zoom out. Okay, for some reason, that was the gas gauge. For some reason, that light's not turning on. It should be a yellow color to it. There's no light at all, so I may need to just reverse the polarity on the dash. But let's turn the lights on and see. Okay, so that, I mean, it's looking better than it was before. It's still getting darker out. That one actually, you know what? Overall, it doesn't look too bad. So maybe I jumped the gun, and because it was super light out. But yeah, it's still looking like this side is dimmer than the other, so maybe light needs to be reversed. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, so, and then it looks like this one isn't lit up either, so we'll see. I may need to see, there's only 1 light in here though. There's not another light down here, so I may need to order some other LEDs, ones with multiple diodes. Basically, these are just one with a straight point, which you saw. I've seen some other ones that have like 2 pointed to the side and 1 pointed straight forward. So we'll see if I need to do that once it gets a little darker. Actually, I'm going to pop the dash off again and see if I can get that gas gauge flipped around and see if that works then. All right, we've had a little success. Let's turn on the car. So we got those lights. Oh, wait, did the brake light come on? It did come on, okay. So there we go, looking better. I just basically pulled out this one here that goes for these 2 gauges and reversed it, and then the main one here I reversed as well, and it seemed like it got better. It's still a little dim on top here, but I'm gonna need to check the gas light, reverse that one. Oh, that works now too. Before that wasn't working a second ago. That seems to be working. So it looks like the only one that's not working is this one, and then maybe my 4-wheel drive one I'll test as well. All right, guys, let's turn her back on. I think I got her working good. There's the gas gauge. Oof, that looks freaking beautiful. And there we go. So I'm gonna come back out once it's dark. I mean, it's still pretty light out, but yeah, there we go. The gas gauge light is on. Let's get a little closer here. So there we go. And like I said, I'll be back out when it's darker so we can see it a little better, because we are having some glare from the sky and everything. But Turn signals work, the brights work, the gas gauge now works. There is the 4-wheel drive lights. Those don't work. I was looking on the forums, most likely the sensor is needing to be replaced on the actual transfer case. I'm not gonna care because who really needs to know? I mean, boom, not 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, out of 4-wheel drive. You know, so it doesn't really matter as long as you know the switch is down. It's good to go. So I'll see you guys once it gets darker out. I think it's dark enough. Let's turn the Jeep on and see how it looks. All right, the gauges look good. There's my dash cam. Let's turn the lights on. Oh man, those look really freaking good. My gas gauge is working now, so sweet. Turn signal. That looks freaking awesome. Let me know what you guys think, but these LEDs actually turned out a lot better than I thought they would. Let's get up closer here. So as you can see where the red is on these gauges, they don't really show up too good. It's really hard to see, but that's where the red pigment is. But everything else basically is just a white pigment. So that looks really good. I think it came out better than I thought. The green looks awesome. Let me know what you guys think. Really do like this green. I think it came out really good. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. I hope this was helpful for you. You really did like my LED dash install for the Mustang. So hopefully this was just as helpful, if not a little better. So let me know what you guys thought. Have a great day and see you next time.